Good morning, everybody. Here I am in Santa Maria in California. It looks like it's going to be a nice day. I have behind me some beautiful hills that look like I'm in New Zealand. In fact, when I looked outside, I thought I was back in New Zealand for a minute. Today, we're going to do something just to open up our chest, loosen up our shoulders, and stretch those arms. So let's just start by stretching out that body in downward dog. So coming to the end of your mat and bringing yourself down into Uttanasana, and then walking your hands forward into downward dog, extending your arms out long and feeling that extension in your back and in your hamstrings. We're going to hold this pose for a little bit, get ourselves nice and warmed up. Really feel those heels reaching for the mat and those fingertips reaching forward. Just take a few breaths here. With each breath, extend yourself a bit longer, a bit further. And now coming down onto your knees, bringing those toes together, coming into Virasana, extending your arms out long, making sure that your forearms do not touch the mat. Placing that forehead on the mat to center ourselves for a moment. And coming up onto your knees, coming back into downward dog. And then walking your fingers back into Uttanasana. And coming up. Let's move into a few standing poses. We're going to bring our arms up, place your palms together, coming down in front of you, placing your hands in front of your feet and walking your hands forward into downward dog. Coming into warrior one pose, bringing that right foot forward, placing that back foot in a 30-degree angle and bringing the arms up. Your palms are facing in. Your fingertips are reaching for the sky. And coming down, placing your hands on either side of your foot, extending those legs back, extending those arms forward. Get a good stretch in the back. And place that left foot forward and turning the right foot into a 30-degree angle and coming up. And placing those hands down, coming back down into downward dog. And now bringing that right foot forward again. Let's move into warrior two. You're bringing those arms in line with the shoulders and looking towards your right arm. Your pelvis is facing towards the back of the mat. Nice wide opening. Coming down a little lower with the next breath, and then coming down back into downward dog. And left foot forward, coming up. Breathing into it. Really work those legs. Keep those feet firmly on the mat. Keep those arms in line with your shoulders. And now coming up, bringing your hands down by your side, coming back into downward dog. And bringing that right foot forward again. Let's move into triangle pose, into Trikonasana. And now coming down and moving to the other side. You can feel with each downward dog, you're getting a little bit more extension. Coming down up across your front leg, really extending that arm out long, reaching high for the ceiling or the sky. And coming down again into downward dog. And now bring that front foot forward. Let's do one last standing pose, extending that front leg long and that back leg straight. Your back foot is at a 30-degree angle. Again, your heels are in line with each other. Your chest is reaching across that front leg. Really feel that extension in your hamstring. And bending the knee and coming back into downward dog. And now bringing the left foot forward. Again, we are extending that leg long. Our fingertips are on either side of our foot. Our metatarsals are spread out nice and wide. And bending the knee, coming back into downward dog. And then walking your hands back into Uttanasana. And let's grab our elbows and just hang there for a moment. Relax into this pose. Allow your body to release for a moment. And now coming up. Let's stretch out those arms, coming to Tadasana. And adjusting my microphone for a moment and bringing those arms up, reaching for the sky or ceiling. Clasp those fingertips or those fingers together. Your left pinky is in front of your right pinky. You're reaching the palms for the sky. Really reach up high with those palms, not with your fingertips, with your palms. Feel that extension in your arms. Bring those arms a little bit further behind your ears. Really feel that movement in your shoulders. And now release and switch the interlock of your fingers. So this time you have your right pinky forward, coming out with those arms and up. And really reach high for the sky with those palms. Extend those arms out. Try not to bend the elbows. And now coming down. Let's move into a new pose. We're going to work our way into this. So let's start with the legs. I'd like you to take the right leg and wrap it around your left leg by bringing it from around the front and tucking that foot behind your left calf. Just standing here for a moment, keeping your hands on your hips, bending your knee slightly, your left knee slightly, maintaining that balance. And now coming up, let's try the other side, bringing that left leg around the right leg, wrapping it around your calf, tucking that foot behind the calf. And again, let's balance here for a moment. Your hands can be on your hips. You can have them down by your side. And now coming up. Now let's bring in the arms. So we have our arms, raising our arms up in line with our shoulders. Our palms are facing down. We're going to bring our arms together, wrapping them around with your right arm on top of your left arm, connecting your hands at the palm. Extend those elbows out, reach those hands forward. Feel that stretch in the shoulders. And now release, bringing those arms back up in line with your shoulders, and let's switch it around. Let's have the left arm on top. Again, connecting those hands, trying to reach those palms together, reach those fingertips together. Most of us won't be able to do that, but we can try to extend that hand so that they're connecting in line with each other. Elbows are out. Your elbows are in line with your shoulders. And release, bringing those arms out. So let's bring that all together, starting with the right foot, wrapping it around your left leg, and starting with the right hand on top, the right arm on top, interlocking those hands. And Holding that position, trying to maintain that balance as best you can. Now releasing the arms and releasing the leg. Let's try the other side. Taking that left leg, wrapping it around your right leg, taking that left arm, placing it on top of your right arm, and connecting the hands, extending the elbows out. And release. You can feel that shoulder movement already increasing. Let's move into Gomukhasana. So again, bringing our arms out by our side. Our hands are in line with our shoulders, bringing the right palm up, taking the left palm facing towards your front body. And now let's bring that left arm forward, bring that right arm up and bend the elbow, turning the palm around and connecting those fingertips. I'm going to try and get a nice grasp of those fingertips. You'll find one side is usually tighter than the other. If you cannot reach your fingertips, do the best you can. You can grab a strap, hold it in your hand, and try and connect the fingertips with the strap. Or you can simply just have your elbow coming up, and you can even just grab that elbow behind you if you really can't get any movement in the shoulders. Really try and get a better connection in those fingertips, so bring those hands closer together if you can with the next breath. And then release those arms, bringing them out in line with your shoulders again. Let's do the opposite side. So this time your left palm is up, your right palm is facing forward to start. Let's bring that left palm up and down your back, and now turn that right palm around, bringing it up your back and connecting again those fingertips. Really extending out those triceps. This is a great tricep stretch and a great shoulder opening. Easy to integrate into your day. Hits multiple muscles at one time with just one pose. And now release. Let's bring those hands down, standing in Tadasana for a moment, taking a few breaths. And we'll finish off by coming down onto the mat. So now bending those knees, coming down onto the mat. Let's start with a simple Virasana, so coming with those toes together, those knees apart, coming forward, bringing that forehead onto the mat again. And now let's move into child's pose. We will simply bring those arms down by our side, a little bit more relaxed. And now let's add a little bit to this. Let's interlock our fingers and bring those arms up. You're coming up. Whoop. And bringing those arms back towards your head as best you can. Your knuckles are facing up towards the sky and coming down. Let's switch it around, changing the interlock of those fingers. Again, bring those arms up. And if you have a bar or a strap, this is a great way to get more movement. It's incredibly challenging to get movement by interlocking your fingers. You have to have a lot of mobility in those shoulders. But if you add a prop, you can get a lot more movement. That helps you build out to a better pose. And now release those arms in a bend. Bring your hands forward. Extend those palms out long. And now coming up nice and slow. Coming into cross-legged position. You can sit with either leg in front, whatever you feel more comfortable with. This is a comfortable cross leg. We're just finishing up with a little bit of breathing and also being mindful of that chest opening. So bringing those shoulders back, extending that torso nice and long, tucking that belly button in, looking forward and shutting those eyes gently, quietening the mind, And taking a few deep breaths here. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. And again, nice deep inhale and nice long exhale. And with the last breath, let's bring those palms together into prayer position, placing those palms in front of your chest, bowing your head. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. You got a little bit of extra mobility in your shoulders to get you through the day. You can do this more than once. Do it at the beginning of your day, at the end of the day. Really make sure that you loosen up those shoulders. We carry a lot of tension in those shoulders, and you don't want to have that tension. You want to feel nice and relaxed throughout your day. Have a wonderful day. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel.